Hello, everybody. I am alive and well. I know it's been a while. I've been a little, I haven't been streaming. I know because I've been really, really sick. I got really, really sick after the new year. And then I was working, and then other things happened. So I've been dealing with quite a lot. I was really, really sick. Like nothing seemed to kick it. It seemed to be kicking now. It's like now it seems to have kicked itself out of my system almost. I mean, I still have a little tiny bit of residue of it, but the cough seems to be done, and the nasal congestion. Oh my God, that was terrible. The nasal congestion in my body. I'm like, you know, hi Sigrid. I know it's been about almost a while back before I did that. But before we do that, I want to show you. So before we do the finished pages, I'd like to show you some new stuff that I got. One of the things I got is Dreaming of Muka, the Attic Shop Trading Company coloring book series. This is by Bethlehem Batima. Now, I'm warning about this book. This book is AI art, but if you go into that book knowing it is AI art, and also this woman is fighting cancer, so you can purchase this book on Amazon. If anybody wants to purchase her book on Amazon, they can. Just be aware that these images are AI. I bought it because she's fighting cancer, and I feel really bad. So just be aware of that. This book was made with a. So this is very much made in that like floral, like that style of circle, and the girls in the middle of it. So keep that in mind. It is a smaller book, but it has beautiful, beautiful women in it. I have a lot of PDFs that I got this month. So keep that in mind. One PDF I couldn't print out because it was just too light. And then you have to color over it. So it's like, I literally would have to color an image. And it's like at that point, I just was like, when I color from there, maybe I'll do an image and do it maybe next month. And show you that book next month after I color a page from that PDF file. But the images are all really, really light from that other book. So, but this is a really pretty book if anybody's wondering about some of the stuff that's in here. You can purchase this book on Amazon. And the money raised, she has it on the water book, but this is the one that I bought because I liked it. So, I'm trying to restrict my buying, but we all know how that goes. And then some of my markers ran out, so my Cali Arts markers have started to dry out, the ones that I bought back in November. So alas. But then I also had to buy some Copic refills for my Copic markers, so that took a little bit of precedence. So I just want to show you some of the stuff that's in this book. So that's that one. Now I got some PDFs. These are really, really cute PDFs. So yeah. What this one is from, what's this one? Cupcakes and Fairies by Rachel Mintz. This is on her Etsy shop. So I printed this on my cardstock. This one is also Cupcakes and Fairies by Rachel Mintz. If anybody, this is really cute. Now, this is another one from the Botanical Nook. I know I've been buying excessively from her, but I love her images on Etsy. She has a shop on Etsy, and she's always coming out with new books. So this one is from her Flower Ladies. This is another one from Botanical Nook. This one is from her Druid and Elves book. If anybody's curious what they buy there. This is another one from her, Botanical Nook, Druid Elves. This is from Dark Academia, also from the Botanical Nook. As you guys can tell, I buy a lot from her, Botanical Nook. This one is adorable. This is the Easter one that she has Easter Darlings. Now, this is Gorgeous Gemstones. I just finished a page from this book, so I got the PDF. You can buy it on Etsy. I don't know if it's yet available on Amazon. So this is called Gorgeous Gemstones by Alexander Godillo, and her Etsy store is Godillo. If you're wondering, I found these through Colored In and other places, Sometimes when you buy stuff on Etsy, they give you the opinions on what you like to buy. So that's that one. So now we will go into the finished pages. and I'm going to do the PDFs first. This one, this is a really cute one. I used it as to cut a new image for the Facebook group, for our Facebook group. This one is from the Botanical Nook Fairy Girl set. It is a really nice book. If you guys haven't colored in her images, this one is really cute. I like the way it worked. So that one is that one. This one is a mermaid. This comes from Mermaid Grayscale. Hold on. Who did this? Paisley Art Pages. Yeah, I write down in the back of where the image is from. This is Grayscale, and I mean, the images are really nice in it. It's like really detailed images, but this one wasn't as detailed, and since it was near the end of the month when I did it. I thought that was a really good one to do. Momo Girls. Yes, I did a Momo Girl. This one is Girls with Ancient Folk Painting. I think this was her last book. I don't know if she's coming out with a new one or not, but I've heard she might be coming out with a new one. Before I get started, if anybody knows where, if anybody knows where I can get Carolina Kubakoska's Imaginary Friends coloring book, I would love to have it. I just can't seem to find it because it's sold out everywhere I've looked. So if anybody knows where I can get a copy of it, please let me know. So I did this one. This one I did. I did the butterflies purple because my niece came over when I was coloring this and she chose the butterflies to be purple, but my other niece wanted me to do it in red. So I did her in red. So I really liked the way this one came out. I used a lot of different pencils. I used Black Widows and Prismacolors. I meant to make this a regular ear, and I instead used it like a leaf color. I didn't mean to do that. It's meant to be part of the ear, and then I turned it into a leaf. Yeah, because I colored the ear green, so I'm saying it's a leaf. I didn't mean to do that. It was just like one of those things that happens. Then we did Fine Color by Googie Lee. Yes, this is a Chinese one. So I wanted to do something that was going to be a little bit on a challenge side for me. Do something a little bit different with different colors. So I used a couple of different brands of pencil. I used Prisma, Pablo's, Starjoys, and some Black Widows to get this one. So I wanted to try and do the colors a little bit different. You know, I always try to do something that's going to challenge me a little bit. So that's that one. This one is an interesting one because I finally finished. I have a lot of whips in here. So I finished doing this little pink flower. I finally finished the introduction page here. I don't know what colors I started with, but I did do this in a whole lot of different colors. Now it's pulsing. I don't know why it's pulsing, but we have a lot of whips in this book. So I have this one. I have all the colors listed down here. I did this a long time ago on stream. I don't know where it ended up. I'm working on this one too. So this is the works in progress book, as we call it. Then I started doing this one. I just have to do the little things in here with the dog. I did this one with Prismas and Starjoys. This one I did with some colored gel pens. So I'm also doing the accompanying page when I do it. So that way it looks like it's all one thing. So this one is coming along really nicely. I like this a lot. The way that one is coming along. Yeah, so we're doing our hardcover ones first. Normally I do the smaller books first, but they're a little heavy. So this is the one we finished in this one. I also have a lot of whips in this one. So as you can see, I'm doing this one. I try to limit how many whips and more whips. As you can see, I have a lot of whips in this book. This is one that we actually finished a long time ago. That is also one that we finished a while back. I'm also doing this one as a whip. I just gotta make the color a little bit more There was, I could have sworn I was doing another one in here. But this one always has whips in it, so it's not like it's... This one book always has whips in it. So then we did Moon Valley, and apparently I lost a page, but I think this was the one that we did this month. So I think this is the one that I did. I know I don't have a lot done in this book because I just got it, so it's like a newer book. So there's not many in this book, so keep that in mind. As well. Then we did Fairy Celebrations. I finally finished up the 2 pages in this one. I finally finished this one. At long last, I have finished this one. Just had to do the little tiny little dots. I finally finished this one. Then we did this one. As you can see, I put the date, February 22nd, and I also finally finished this one. I feel proud when I finished these. February 23, 22, I did these both in the same day. I think I haven't done many in these because these take me time to do. It's not like I can just boom, boom, boom. Like some people just pop these out, and I'm always like amazed at how pretty this comes out. I have no idea when I finished this one, but it probably was sometime last year or the year before because I remember doing it live on stream. So keep that in mind. We're doing this one, I think, live on stream. So try to also do the ones in the back because I just like to do them because then it looks nice. So let's go into our little books. Let's go into our smaller size books. Yes, I always seem to be coloring at least one Disney picture from one of my 3 Disney books. Yes, I only have 3 Disney books. Maybe. See? How did I color? Yeah, I did this one. I did Ariel, the Little Mermaid. So I did this one. I always like coloring like the princesses did, the mermaids. I thought this was nice. Plus, I made it look underwatery. You know, I don't have a whole lot of Disney books. Disney books are always like, to me, a little bit like, well, the thing is that I don't know modern Disney as much as I know older classic Disney. Cottage Dreams, I finished one, I should say. Finally finished this one. This one is a whip in progress. And where's the other one that I have that's a whip in progress? There's another one that I was working on. Yeah, I have this one as a work in progress too. So I'm also trying to use up my Star Joys because number one, I don't like them, and I'm going to use the Star Joy case to hold my spare Polychromos pencils. Ah, 300 mandalas. Everybody loves when I do mandalas. Except for me. I'm like the only person who... I don't think I dislike doing them. I just don't like... I did this with markers. As you can tell, I did this on the 10th. So I did this pretty early in the month. So I didn't go in order. I skipped around until I found the mandala I like. You know, sometimes you don't find a picture you like in a book and you're like, you really don't want to do the next one because you don't really like that image. So you go and skip ahead to another image. So that was one from 300 mandalas. I always seem to do this one very thick and very heavy. Now this is a Color Your Horde. This is Dreamland, Coloring Whimsical Worlds by Renata Krozivic. So I did this one. This is the first one that I've done in this book. So I feel very accomplished that I finished this book, this page. Not this book. Why did I say this book? I feel like I accomplished a lot. So I used some Star Joy, some Prismas, some Black Widows. So I always try and do them in a way that it makes it look good. This one. I'm not really sure what this what language this book is, but it's basically a Snow White book. It's a Snow White book. So I finished this page. It kind of, like, when I look at this, it kind of reminds me of Good Wives and Warriors a little bit, the way the format is. It's not a small book like them, but it's not exactly a little book. As you can tell, this is an old page we did a long time ago. So, and then I did this one, where she pricked her hand and bled. So I did 2 pages in that. You know, I always think that these books are nice, but the problem is that you always have to put a paper in between whatever you're using because they go on and then they smudge. Like, look at this. See, you guys can't see it, but I got to fix this page now and erase it and make it look good again. But then I have to put a page behind it so it doesn't smudge anymore. So keep that in mind when you get books like this, because some of them do smudge. Color and Beauty, Gorgeous Fantasy. This is coloring book 4. This is on my top 10 to finish this year. So we did use markers. This is a marker book. So we did this one. I really like the way the colors came out on this, and I used Copics and my Cali Arts for this. So I used both. You guys can't really see because it doesn't show up, but like if I go up close, you guys could see that she has some little dots, and I used gel pen for that. So, and then we started on this one. This is one of my top 10 to finish. I don't have many left, so, but I started this one, so it's kind of like I have to still go finish it. I'll probably finish this one next week, but after that, I don't have many left. I think I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 left in it. Plus, I have to finish this page. So I started this. So I never finished it exactly. So I'll probably finish this at some point in time. You know, it just is a matter of figuring out what you want to do with it. Then we did Fairies 3 by Christine Karen. This is a grayscale one. I dug this one up. This one, what happened with this one? I'm going to tell you what happened. This book got yellow because at the time I was using Arteza Everblends, and that was back when they first came out there. Well, what happened was this went through this. Even though this had a blotter in it, it went through the page and yellowed it. That's why I had to do the background blue. I did use markers, but for the wings, you guys don't really see unless I put it up close, that I used gel pens for the wings to make it all sparkly. So keep that in mind. It was terribly yellowed. So I don't like when I have yellow on my pages, because then I got to do a lot of work to fix them. So I use this book sparingly, but I do like the colors. Now, this is also from my top 10 to finish this year. I did 2 pages in it. I actually colored from, I think, about 27 books, but you have to remember 2 of those were PDFs. So it really was 25 books. So I did this one. Used a bunch of different colors and markers, and I think for the wings I used gel pen. And then I did this one. I really like the way the colors came out in this one, and I used my Cali Arts and my Copics. I use the Copics a lot for skin because they come out really, like, you can blend them, you can layer them. So keep that in mind when you're using your Copics. You can do a lot more. So that was a lot of fun to do. So this was one of the top 10 to finish. I really enjoyed that. Now, this also is in the top 10 to finish. This is Mermaids coloring book by Barbara Lanza. Now, if you guys want me to color from a Pacific book, ask me and I might do it. I might not do it. Mermaids coloring book by Barbara Lanza, and I did this one. I did use some gel pens. You guys will see that. I did use them. I really liked it. So I also used some pencils. I think I used some Store Choice Prismas, Black Widows. I do like the Black Widows. The Black Widows work very well on this paper. So I did that. And then I started this one. So I think there's some other pages that I've started, but I don't remember because I've had this book like here. I've had this book for quite a while. I don't remember what I used in the beginning of this one. So sometimes it's just like, oh, what did you use? What did you color with? Like this one I remember we did on our live stream a few years ago. Same thing with this one. This one you go and do it like this. So you see the mermaid sleeping. I think these are all the really nice ones. The Creative Haven has a lot of coloring books. I think you get a lot of bang for your buck. I got to figure out what color this is. It's not a marker because it's a pencil, so I should be able to figure out what color this is. I'll probably figure out what color hair this is too. So keep that in mind. Or I can come up with a close enough color to match it. So that is one of the top 10 to finish. This is a Color Your Horde book. I don't know why the things don't stick out, and they really should. This is Magical Maidens by Jennifer Zimmern. It is a portrait coloring book of fairies, princesses, mermaids, and more. So this was a Color Your Horde book. Hey guys, so I did this one with Cali Arts, Copics, Prismacolor Premier pencils, and a gel pen. I'm like, what did I use the gel pen for? Probably to. Someone said that I used the gel pen to fix the bird. So this is a grayscale. So when I do the coloring, I always put a piece of paper or two underneath to blot it, because if you're using any kind of marker, whether it be alcohol or water marker, it's going to bleed through. Now this is on my top 10 to finish. Dark Fantasy Special by Enes Guerrero. I love her. And a lot of you saw this on my Twitter. I did put it on my Twitter. It is really a spectacular piece that I like. So this is in the top 10 to finish. And it's called Only Your Flowers Left. And that's from the top 10 to finish. Then I also did another one from Enes Guerrero, but this is the Gothic Fairy Special. Yeah, I know. Color in Heaven does like to feature her a lot. So I did this one. Wild Pearl Girls Behavior. Hi, Robin. So I used markers in this one. Originally, the marker I used didn't come out too well, so I used a Copic. That's okay. We still have a few to go. So you missed the new stuff, but that's really one of my favorite ones to do. So I do like doing them. I just have to figure out when I'm going to do them and how I'm going to do them. Like, I really want to do this one, but I want to kind of make it a nighttime scene, but I'm not really sure yet how I'm going to do it. But it is one that I'm thinking about doing. Like, I'm thinking of making the moon glisten, kind of like, so it's okay. You can always watch the playback to see what you missed. Then we did Kevin Teo art, Mysterious Faces 2. I know I've been sick, Keely. I got really sick after New Year's because my nieces came and they weren't really feeling very well. So after that, we all got a little sick. And then, I battled through it and it's like crazy. So I did him. Now, normally I don't do guys, but when I saw this picture, I thought, you know what? Let me do a guy because I don't really get to do guys. Guys are a lot of work to do, and usually you don't. Yeah, I got really sick, so it's like been a crazy time readjusting to work. Then here everything is like you got to go out really early, and then you get really tired. So then we did Adorable Characters, Cuteness Overload, Coloring Book 6. I can't find my number 2 for this. I know I had Coloring Book 2. Also, guys, I have a birthday coming up. So on the 13th is my birthday. So that should be a lot of fun. Plus, my mother took me out earlier. We went out to do some shopping. The Marshalls by us actually closed. So we actually had to go a little farther so we went to one that we normally wouldn't have gone to, the one in Irvine, which is not that far from us, but it's far enough that, you do have to do some work to get there. So, but I like this one. I thought of a cat, you know. I would have done the cat gray, but I thought, you know what? If I'm gonna do her bright, I want a color that's gonna make the cat pop. You know, like I think this color makes the cat pop. So I did this one. I really like this one. This is also one of my top 10 to finish. So I did this one. This also has a bleed through problem whenever I color in it. So I did this one with the teacups. I did this with many different pencils. I did this with my Star Joys, which I'm telling you right now, I'm halfway through my Star Joys, so I'm trying to get rid of them. So I'm using them up, so because I don't like them. This tends to also have that problem where the color palette bleeds through. You guys don't see it, but it does bleed through. It doesn't really show up that much on camera, but it does show up. So it is a peculiar thing. So this I'm working on. I have a lot of whips in this book. So that one I'm working on. This one. I have so many whips in this book. It's not even funny. This is what I call the whip book. You know, you whip it real good. I call it the whip book. I might not finish it this year, but I tell you, because the book is out of print, I'm reconsidering if I'm going to actually keep it or not. You know, there is some books that I still want that are out of print. Like there's a Carolina Kubakowska book called Imaginary Friends. It's out of print. I really would like to get a copy of it, if it's at all possible. I know it's out of print, but you know, we can still hope. You know, I'm 50-50 on whether I'm going to keep this book if I do finish it. So, see here? That's a work in progress. Work in progress. Work in progress. Whip. More whip. I call this my whip book. I still like that one. So you kind of get that this book is a work in progress book. It's all whips at this point. Then we got a new book. This is a brand new book. I bought it this month, but I did finish one page, so Accounted for Color Your Horde, February. And I did this one. We did this one with Copics and Cali Arts. Like some colors are more closer to what is in the Copic range, and then some colors are more to the Cali Arts. But my Cali Arts are starting to dry up. I had to 6 of them dried up today, so I used up 6 of them, I should say. So it's not like that. And then I have this one, which I'm working in, which is in progress. So you all understand that I have done quite a few pages that I do like to work in the color by numbers. Who would think that I would like working in color by numbers? Then this one, I've been working on this one all month long. So I did change one little thing in it. And I did Winter Aesthetic by Demeter Victoria. So this has like winter Christmas pictures and, you know, some fall, some winter, some Christmas pictures. So I did this one. Now, this one originally did not have the green dot. I put in the green dot. So it kind of represents Starbucks to me that I did that. So I put the green dot in. So I mostly, when I started this, I did it in blues and purples for outfit. Then I worked on the yellows and browns. So you can tell the marker started drying up on me right over here. So this actually is a darker color. It's actually coming out much lighter on camera than it is in real life. So it's actually really dark. So that's kind of funny that the darker color is coming out lighter on screen. Next one. I don't know why these don't stick. The stickies aren't sticking like they should have been. The match is okay. I like my pumpkin spices, my like I like my more traditional drinks, but I've been buying the big ground coffee at Starbucks, and then I make it at home. You know what I mean? So I still like my Starbucks coffee. Don't get me wrong. So I did the green, red, and blue in this one. So I did a mandala. I know a lot of people like me to do mandalas, so that's what they like. So I did that one. Beauties in Fairyland. Isn't pumpkin spice delicious? I love it. You know, this might be a short stream because I didn't do as many as I normally do. So I don't think doing less than 30 books is ever a problem for me. So I did Beauties in Fairyland by Coco Wild. It's one of my few Coco Wild books, but there is one that I really want. It's called Beauties by Coco Wild, but I'm like, wait, because you know you want that. And I do want the new Christine Karen book. What else do I want? Oh, and I do want the new Anastasia book, but right now the price tag for that book is a little on the high end. So I'm like, you know. So I have this one. I did this one. I thought this one came out really nice. I liked the colors in it. I just thought red, pinks, purples, and some oranges and some greens really made it pop. I was going to put a blue background, but then I thought, you know what, that might be a little too much. It might overpower the image. So I'm kind of glad I did not put a background on it. Not everything needs backgrounds. Another new book that came in is the newest Color in Heaven. I do have a subscription. I decided not to cancel my subscription and stick with it, so I do get the new issues. I don't have the Fairies Compendium. That is coming. That you buy separate. You know, when you get the Color in Heaven Presents or the Color in Heaven collection, those do not come as part of your subscription. You actually have to buy those separate. So I bought, this comes from Daria Kakrasoy. I love Daria Kakrasoy, but you could tell my skin tone right now, so that's why the skin tone looks different here than it does here. So this is what I got. I did this one, which I really liked it. Thought it came out really nice. This one I did with gel pen, the little purple heart. So my theme was pinks, purples, and you could tell the brown started to run out of this marker. And that wasn't the Copics, that was the Cali art. So that's the one I did there. And the last but not least, we did Color in Heaven Collection Annual 2019. Is this one. I did this one from Zed Van Zed. Now, normally I don't color Zed Van Zed, but I decided that when I go into the annual, I want to color one image from every single person. So since this was the second one, I think the next one that I'll color probably will be from Kanuko Igusa is the next one I'll be coloring from. So that'll probably be like my goal is to color from one artist from this book every month, at least one artist from the book. That way I will have colored some pages in it. So what I did here was I made this one color and I made this another color because, you know, I'm doing a light and dark thing here. So it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but I was trying to contrast the hair colors. So I was trying to do that. I don't think that conveyed as much as I would have liked to have conveyed. So is there any books you would like to see me color from? And don't do color by number, please. I know somebody would say Kirby's, Mandalas. If I have the artist in my collection, I'll color, but I don't have every artist. No, we have those now images from the Botanical Nook. Yeah, I don't think Robin got to see the new PDFs. Yeah, there's this big thing about going on AI, and like I'm kind of like in the middle of it. Like I understand why people don't like that. For those who didn't come in the beginning of the stream, I'm going to show you some of the PDFs I bought again. So that way you guys get to see this. This comes from Cupcakes and Fairies by Rachel Mintz. These are really like the cutest little things I've ever seen. This is from the Botanical Nook. This is from the Botanical Nook, and this one is from Flower Ladies. Her images are just outstanding. The Botanical Nook. Yes, she's got some great ones on Etsy. So this one comes from Druid Elves. Like this is true grayscale. There are darker images in her books, but like Nori Art too has darker images. This is Druid Elves. Dark Academia, or whatever it's called, Dark Academia. So this comes from the same book as the last one, Dark Academia. This one is Easter Darlings. Isn't that adorable little Easter bunny? Easter Darlings. This comes from Gorgeous Gemstones by Alexandra Godillo. It is on Etsy as well. I'm not sure if you can get this on Amazon, but it's a full book of fairies. Really nice. I also, before we went live, posted a pic on my Instagram thing for that. So you guys see that. So those are the PDFs. Yeah, as you guys can see, I got a new clipboard too. Yes, we got a new clipboard. I got a new clipboard. This one was so cute because it kind of was like, oh, it's my birthday coming up, but I got some new clothes because of my mother today. I bought some new shirts and a pair of new jeans. I'll tell you guys, I have lost a lot of weight since moving to Orange County. I am now down to 166 pounds. That's when I first came to California. Before I left New York, I was 200 and something pounds. So that gives you an idea of how much weight I've lost since being here. But, a lot of it is my diet. A lot of it is eating right, exercise, taking my medicine as they prescribe it by the doctors. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if there's ever something you guys want me to color from, let me know. Would you like a mandala, a serene picture, a Mardell Rubio? I'm open to his stuff, but, we even have Tomislav Tomek books. I have some Asian coloring books. So I have a little bit of every single thing you could imagine. Plus, we did do some work in a diamond painting. I do actually have the diamond painting actually here. We did do some work on a diamond painting. I did do some work on a diamond painting. For those who are curious, I did do some diamond painting work. Yes, we did do a diamond painting. Yes, we did do some diamond painting. This is called Foxglove Cottage. It is by Treasure Studio Art. So I want to show you guys. I did work on. I only have one Harry Potter adult coloring book, and that's from Scholastic, and that's the official one. So we did do that. So I thought you guys would like seeing the diamond painting. We did do a bunch of different things this month. So I did start working on a diamond painting if anybody wants to get that in there. So that was one of the things I worked on. Work on it a little bit. I just don't really have the room out here to do the presentation live. So if I ever do a video, it'll probably be a pre-recorded video because I need the space to work with the diamond painting. So I thought that you guys would like to see the diamond painting. So I hope everybody has had a good time. Hopefully next month I get to color board. I start to feel better. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy Enjoy everything. Bye, everybody.